Hi, I'm Bill Bertolino with Unetixs Vascular. This video is about the Unetixs REVO system, how to unpack it and how to assemble it. It'll come in 3 boxes. This box here is for the optional cart. This is the system printer. And in this box we have the REVO console and its accessories. Before we begin, you're going to need some tools. What you're going to need is a 7/16 and a 10mm socket with a wrench, Phillips head screwdriver, and scissors or a box cutter. And I should add, before we begin, inspect your boxes for damage during shipping. If you see damage on the box itself, do not continue. Call your Unetixs representative for further instructions. The first piece is the cart console. Simply pull it out of the box. The second piece is the cart itself. Lift that out and possibly use 2 people to do that step. And the third step is getting the pole out. Like so. REVO pole, the REVO top deck, and the top deck actually comes in 2 parts, so make sure you do not throw this part away. And we're going to start by removing the 7/16 screws from the top of the cart. There are lock washers that go with those bolts. Make sure you don't lose those. The front of the cart is this space there, and you're going to want to assemble the height adjustment device away from the front of the cart. Put your 7/16 bolts into the corresponding holes. Now the connections for these bolts are embedded in the plastic top piece. Make sure you do not over tighten these. What I like to do is hold my wrench up here and final tighten. If you hold the wrench back there, there's a risk of over tightening the bolt and stripping the thread. To finish assembling the cart, take the top with the pole and insert that into the hole in the REVO base. First, you want to remove the 2 10mm nylock bolts and washers. The height adjustment screw is going to be towards the back. The front of the unit has this cutout for the optional uninterrupted power supply. And before you insert this into the hole, make sure there's no electrical cables that might get caught in between these 2 screws. You'll know that your pole is correctly aligned in the cart base when the screws protrude through the base. Switch to your 10mm socket, insert the washes onto the screw threads, the bolts, tighten down with your 10mm wrench. Inside this box is the REVO console and the REVO accessories. Open this box. Accessories are going to be in these 2 boxes right here. The REVO console is in the center. And take the REVO out with protective packing material. It's a good idea to save your box and packing material if your REVO should need to go back to the factory for service. This provides a protected shipping box. The next step is to attach the hose hanger to the console cart, the hole in the side of the cart, and using your 7/16 socket secured in place. Again, do not over tighten this part. Next, take your REVO console and you have inserts that will match the slots in the REVO base. Align those and press those into place. Your REVO accessories will be in these two boxes. You'll have an instructional DVD on how to work your REVO, the operator's manual, digit cuffs, ultrasound gel, 2 PPG sensors, right and left, or probe. You have your 4 cuffs for your arms and ankles, your right hose assembly, left pneumo hose assembly, and paper for your color printer. In this portion of the video, we're going to talk about attaching the accessories to the REVO console. Starting with the front panel connections, we're going to take our pneumo hoses, and these are labeled left and right. Looking at the tips, you'll say right ankle and left ankle, and R1 and R2. So we're going to plug R1 into the R1 slot, R2 into the R2 slot. Same thing with the left, which are the lighter hoses. Left 1. Want to go in smoothly, there's a chance that this connector has been released. Press down and pull out. When you hear the snap, you know you'll have an airtight connection. Moving to the side panel connectors, we have the Doppler input, the left PPG input, and the right PPG input. The Doppler cable has 2 connectors. The metal side goes into the console, and the plastic side goes into your Doppler probe itself. These are LEMO connectors. They do not unscrew and screw in. They are a straight push-pull, and you're going to start by lining that red dot with the red dot on the connector itself. Once aligned, push straight in. Next, we're going to do the left PPG sensor, which is green in color, and then the right PPG connector, which is yellow. We also have the USB port toward the rear of the console. Put that in there for storage of patient studies. In the back, starting at the left side, is the power switch. That is for on and off. We have the AC power. We also have a network port, keyboard port for the optional keyboard, and a video output in case you want to hook up an external monitor for viewing by more than one person. I'm going to now attach the power cable and the printer cable. Your REVO is designed for storage of the accessories and the parts. We have a place on the back of the REVO to put your cuffs. Put them right there for easy access. Your hoses can be draped over this hose hanger to keep them out from underneath the wheels. The Doppler probe attaches to the Doppler sensor with a little slot and an arrow, and go in the Doppler holder on top of the REVO console. The PPG sensors are then attached to the PPG clips. You have a right clip, which goes with the yellow right sensor. And to insert this into the clip, simply push up from the bottom, put in place onto the back of the system. To keep your pneumo hoses from drooping onto your printer, on the underside of your cart, you have a clip. The hoses can be inserted underneath the clip and then fastened in with the finger screw. The REVO printer connections are as follows. You have a power connector that goes in this slot, and the USB printer cable goes here. I'm not going to discuss the printer type because these change frequently. The REVO cart also is height adjustable. The screw here will allow about a 10-inch range of motion. It has a travel of about 10 inches to suit a variety of user heights.